It's time now, not because everything is perfect, not because every doubt has disappeared, and not because you suddenly have all the answers, but because there comes a moment in life when the heart quietly realizes that waiting forever is also a decision, and perhaps this is what "it's time now" truly means in love. It means the time has come to stop running from feelings that have been asking to be understood. The time has come to stop pretending that you do not care when deep inside you care more than you can explain. The time has come to stop measuring love only through fear, past disappointments, unanswered questions, or the mistakes of people who came before, because love is not simply an emotion that happens to us. Love is also awareness, responsibility, patience, courage, emotional maturity, and the willingness to see another human being with all their imperfections and still choose kindness. Maybe you have spent a long time protecting yourself, telling yourself that you should wait, that you should be more certain, that you should become stronger before allowing someone close, but sometimes the heart does not need another year of preparation. Sometimes it needs one honest moment where you admit, "Yes, this matters to me." And if this message has found you at the right moment, perhaps the blessing is not that someone is suddenly going to appear and solve your loneliness, but that you are finally becoming ready to understand what healthy love actually looks like. Because real love does not arrive simply to fill an empty space, it meets you while you are learning how to stand on your own, and then it says, "You do not have to carry everything alone." It does not demand that you abandon yourself to prove your devotion. It does not make you constantly anxious about whether you are enough. It does not force you to chase someone who continually walks away. It does not make you question your worth every morning. Real love creates room for honesty. It creates room for growth. It creates room for two imperfect people to become better without making either person feel ashamed for being human. And perhaps "it's time now" means that you are entering a season where you must understand the difference between love and attachment, between desire and compatibility, between chemistry and emotional safety, between missing someone and being genuinely good for each other. We often confuse intensity with love because intensity is loud. It makes our heart race, keeps us awake at night, makes every message feel significant, and makes silence feel unbearable. But mature love can be quieter. It can look like consistency. It can look like someone remembering what makes you uncomfortable and respecting it. It can look like asking how your day went and actually listening to the answer. It can look like disagreeing without humiliating one another. It can look like saying, "I was wrong," without turning the apology into a competition. It can look like giving someone space without using that space as punishment. It can look like choosing communication instead of manipulation. And if you are wondering whether now is the time to open your heart, perhaps the first question should not be, "Will this person love me forever?" but, Can I love this person honestly without losing myself? That question changes everything. Because love becomes healthier when it stops being about possession and starts becoming about connection. You are not looking for someone to own your heart. You are looking for someone with whom your heart can feel safe enough to be honest. You are not looking for someone who will never disappoint you. You are looking for someone who cares enough to repair what gets broken. You are not looking for a perfect relationship. You are looking for a relationship where both people are willing to learn. And maybe you have been waiting for a sign, waiting for the perfect timing, waiting for circumstances to become easier, waiting until you feel completely fearless. But courage does not mean feeling no fear. Courage means recognizing the fear and deciding that it will not control every decision you make. Sometimes love asks you to take a small step instead of a dramatic leap. Maybe the step is simply admitting your feelings to yourself. Maybe it is forgiving someone, not necessarily returning to them, but releasing the emotional weight they left behind. Maybe it is finally telling someone how much they mean to you. Maybe it is setting a boundary because you have realized that loving someone does not require tolerating disrespect. Maybe it is allowing yourself to believe that your future does not have to repeat your past. Whatever its time now means for you, let it begin with clarity rather than desperation. Because desperation says, I need someone to choose me so I can feel valuable, while healthy love says, I already have value, and I want to share my life with someone who recognizes it. There is a profound difference between those two places. When you enter love from emptiness, you may accept things you should not accept simply because you are afraid of losing the person. When you enter love from self-respect, you can appreciate someone deeply without making them responsible for your entire emotional existence. You can love them and still have boundaries. You can miss them and still have a life. You can care about their opinion without allowing their opinion to define your identity. You can want the relationship without becoming terrified of the possibility that it might not work. This is emotional maturity, and emotional maturity is one of the greatest forms of love because it protects both people from unnecessary suffering. Think about how many relationships fail not because there was no love, but because there was no emotional skill. Two people may genuinely care about each other and still hurt one another because they do not know how to communicate, how to regulate anger, how to express needs, how to handle insecurity, or how to repair conflict. Love gives you the desire to stay, but emotional maturity teaches you how to stay without destroying each other. That is why it's time now may also mean it is time to grow up emotionally. It is time to stop expecting your partner to read your mind. It is time to stop testing people to see whether they care. It is time to stop creating jealousy just to receive reassurance. It is time to stop disappearing whenever you feel vulnerable. It is time to stop confusing punishment with boundaries and silence with strength. If something hurts you, learn to say it. If something matters to you, communicate it. If you need reassurance, ask for it without shame. If you have made a mistake, own it. If someone repeatedly crosses your boundaries, take your own words seriously and protect yourself. Love becomes beautiful when honesty replaces games. Maybe someone has been waiting for you to make the first move, or maybe you have been waiting for them. Maybe both of you have been standing on opposite sides of the same emotional door, each secretly hoping the other person will open it first. This happens more often than people realize. Pride says, if they cared, they would come to me. Fear says, if I speak first, I might get rejected. Ego says, I should not have to explain myself. But love sometimes says, what if honesty is more important than pride? Rejection can hurt, yes, but uncertainty can also become its own kind of pain. There is a strange exhaustion in constantly wondering what could have happened if you had simply been honest. Sometimes the greatest relief does not come from hearing yes. Sometimes it comes from finally knowing the truth. And if the answer is yes, then you have a beginning. If the answer is no, you have clarity.